Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. And now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA.
Inside the Niger Delta.
As reactions and arguments continue to trail the recent Supreme Court-ordered delineation exercise in the Warri Federal Constituency of Delta State, some youths of Ishekiri extraction staged protests across several locations in the constituency to express their dissatisfaction with the outcome of the exercise. The youths, who were at the Warri Port Complex in Warri, Chevron Tank Farm in Ugborodo, and Otumara Flow Station in Warri South local government area, allege that the outcome as presented by the Independent Electoral Commission (INEC) does not represent the fact on the ground, but rather was manipulated to undermine the Ishekiris.
The outcome of the Supreme Court-ordered delineation exercise in Warri Federal Constituency, presented in April this year by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), has remained a subject of mutual suspicion amongst the ethnic groups of Ijaw, Urhobo, and Ishekiri, who are the major dwellers in the area. Ishekiri youths last week took to the streets to again express their dissatisfaction with the entire exercise. At the premises of the Warri Port Complex in Warri, the displeased youths restated their concerns and grievances.
Why did they jettison their data and came to our communities to delineate, which we were part of, but came out with a proposal that was completely fraudulent and different from what they did on the field? So we are by this saying that we reject in totality everything that INEC has done to come back and redo what they said they think they did.
We are not only going to end in consulting, which we have done, but we are taking it further and we will confront anything that has to do with our patrimony.
INEC had earlier urged all concerned communities to submit their observations on the draft report, assuring that the Commission remains committed to fairness, equity, and to the rule of law. However, an Ishekiri woman leader, Mrs. Queeneth Pesu, directly accused INEC of deliberately working against the Ishekiri people.
The INEC people, when they be Jankoliko, they be thief. When they want to take our land because of money, they're not going to take them. Our land, our land.
While this protest was ongoing in Warri Township, another group was also at Chevron Tank Farm in the riverine community of Ugborodo to register their displeasure. From there, they proceeded to Otumara Flow Station, where they alleged that the development is a coordinated attempt by some individuals to displace the Ishekiri people from what they say is their homeland.
We have seen that the committee that was headed by Professor Rhoda Gomus, who is an Ijaw woman from Bayelsa, which we protested our inclusion in this committee ab initio. But they didn't listen, and what our fears were when we protested is what we are seeing now. Because we have seen that the report that they've given has to do with a lot of boundary adjustments, which they do not have the constitutional right to do. We equally saw that they have renamed some of our community, which they do not have the right to do. It was a deliberate attempt to excommunicate us, to terminate the existence of the Ishekiri people.
They went on to threaten that if not reversed, they, the Ishekiri people, would bring operations to a halt at every oil facility located on their lands. Meanwhile, the federal government has stepped in to douse growing tension. Through the Office of the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, the government engaged representatives of all ethnic groups in the area, urging them to avoid any actions that could lead to a breakdown of law and order. Observers of trends who recall how similar disputes in the past triggered the violent Warri crisis, a conflict that crippled the oil-rich city and left a legacy of deep division, are also appealing to all parties to act with restraint and ensure that all grievances are addressed through appropriate legal and institutional channels to avoid a repeat of the unfortunate past and allow for a peaceful and successful delineation process.
Inside the Niger Delta.
It was celebrations galore last week in Igbide, Isoko South local government area of Delta State, as the new monarch of the kingdom was presented with a staff of office by the Delta State government. The excited people who thanked the state's deputy governor, Sir MAMODE Oyeme, who performed the official duty of handing over the staff of office to the Ovio of Igbide, His Royal Majesty Patrick Okpomo Agre I, said indeed a new era of unity and progress has begun in their land. Sir Oyeme charged the people to rally around their new monarch, even as the state government remains committed to attending to all their development needs.
Palpable excitement swept through Igbide Kingdom in Isoko South local government area of Delta State last week as men and women gathered to witness the presentation of staff of office to the new traditional ruler of the almost 400-year-old kingdom, His Royal Majesty Patrick Okpomo Agre I.
From today go, now they happy, we go they happy.
Illustrious son of Igbide Kingdom, MAMODE AKUGHA, warmly welcomed dignitaries from far and wide who came to join in the celebration. He also highlighted the process that led to the emergence of the new monarch.
The ancient Igbide Kingdom, which has existed for 357 years, incorporates a rotational kingship system of rulership. That is our tradition, which determines the succession to the throne. Today's event marks the climax of the selection of a monarch for the Igbide Kingdom, in accordance with the extant laws for the all-important selection. Prince Patrick Okpomo Agre I, as emerged as the new king of the Igbide Kingdom, and he succeeds Edward Okuteni I as the ninth Ovio of Igbide Kingdom. And if I may add, the pride of Isoko nation.
The Deputy Governor, Sir MAMODE Oyeme, in his address shared in the optimism of the people for the dawn of a new era in the kingdom under His Royal Majesty Agre I.
I am confident that your vision to restore peace, unity, and development in the Igbide Kingdom will inspire transformative progress.
Sir Oyeme, who called on the people to extend all support to the monarch in the traditional administration of the kingdom, assured them that the state government under the leadership of Governor Sheriff Oborewori remains committed to transforming their communities and the state at large.
We will work with the relevant agencies of government to explore sustainable solutions, including palliative measures and infrastructural development to alleviate the impact of flooding and enhance the quality of life for our people in the various flood-prone areas.
Other respected sons and daughters who congratulated their monarch admonished the monarch to rule with wisdom, justice, and a deep sense of responsibility to the people.
I wish to reiterate that as Ovio of Igbide, it behoves on you in this dispensation, bring us together in our domain for the sustenance of peace to enhance socio-economic development.
He's very enlightened, he's down to earth, he's passionate about the development of the kingdom. That is why I am happy that we have him as our Royal Majesty.
I want every other person who contested for this position, who lost out in the selection process, to come and join hands with him and share ideas so that we can move this community forward.
For his part, the new monarch, His Royal Majesty AKUGHA I, thanked his people for the spirit of camaraderie on display across the kingdom. He also pledged to continue strengthening the bond of unity, peace and communality across the kingdom, which he says remains critical for shared prosperity in the land.
My assurance is that this is going to bring peace. There will be no rancor again because we are all from the same father. So my task is to unite. I want to promise him that the governor and the deputy governor that they will regret the fact that they gave me this type of office to rule my kingdom, to develop my kingdom, to work with his government.
Igbide is one of the 19 kingdoms in Isoko Nation, which predominantly dominates Isoko North and South local government areas of Delta State, as well as other parts of neighboring Bayelsa State. The people are predominantly fishermen and farmers. The oil-producing Igbide Kingdom also hosts the Oroni oil field, which is part of oil mining lease OML 30. To the people, the emergence and subsequent recognition of a new monarch is not just an end to kingship ascension squabbles, but a thing of pride now, having a revered monarch who will represent the people and promote its cultural heritage within and outside the kingdom. The celebrations by both the youths, women and elderly continued round the kingdom for 7 days.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Mixed reactions have continued to trail the recently released rebased gross domestic product GDP report by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), which reveals that Nigeria's economy expanded to an estimated 372.82 trillion naira in 2024. According to the NBS, the rebasing exercise incorporated updated data sources, improved methodologies, and previously underreported sectors such as real estate, e-commerce, digital services, resulting in a more accurate and comprehensive reflection of the country's economic activities. However, despite the technical merits of the exercise, many residents of the Niger Delta say it is yet to have any positive outcomes on the hardship faced by ordinary Nigerians who continue to grapple with rising inflation and increased food prices.
In economies across the world, gross domestic product (GDP) rebasing remains a vital exercise undertaken to provide accurate and updated data to track economic performance. Due to its relevance to national economic growth, the United Nations Statistical Commission recommends that countries rebase their national accounts every 5 years. This is an exercise that recalculates the economic indices of a nation using recent data and benchmarks. However, available records show that Nigeria has conducted only a few of such exercises, with the first undertaken in 1975, followed by another in 1990. In 2014, after 24 years, Nigeria had another rebasing exercise under the leadership of then Finance Minister Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. That particular rebasing saw Nigeria emerge as the largest economy in Africa and the 25th largest in the world. Just recently, the Nigerian economy underwent another rebasing exercise using 2019 as the base year. Felix Ije, a lecturer with the Federal College of Education, Ondo State, explained what the rebasing exercise is all about.
Rebasing is nothing but realignment of prices to be in tune with current reality. That is, instead of using old price to measure current production, then let us use a new price to measure the current production. That is what happened. Eventually, when they were using prices of 2015 and behind, the total value of goods and services in Nigeria was very low because they use old price, whereas prices has changed. Immediately, it is rebased. A new price takeover, the same quantity, then a new price is used to multiply it. then the total output increase.
Latest data from this exercise, as presented by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, reveals that Nigeria's economy grew from 205.09 trillion naira in 2019 to 372.82 trillion naira in 2024, which is about $243 billion. While this suggests a modest and steady expansion over 5 years, especially with a 3.13% year-on-year growth in the first quarter of 2025. Many Nigerians wonder why it has not translated to improved living conditions of the ordinary masses.
There is continuous devaluation of naira. The price of things will continue to be on the increase. And it's going to affect the standard of living, the cost of living, and everything of a common man in Nigeria.
We have a weak industrial base in this country. We have poor infrastructure. Power supply is erratic, and sometimes you don't even have it. There must be massive investment in agriculture and infrastructure.
Meanwhile, other residents from across the Niger Delta have continued to lament the high inflation being witnessed in the country.
And then our children are not going to eat food as they eat before. Now, then our children they eat food like 2 times now. Sometimes one time, sometimes children don't go even eat food. They go sleep like that. It's not good like that.
Nobody is enjoying this Nigeria again. Nigeria is too hard now.
Even we they said building materials here, they're easy for us. You go buy, you go to China buy. You see, if you buy finish, you come again, you can sell. You don't go even see the money to go buy another one again. You think add money again, go buy another one.
It will be recalled that in July 2024, the federal government unveiled an ambitious economic strategy aimed at transforming Nigeria into a $1 trillion economy by the year 2030. However, economic experts in the Niger Delta say that for this vision to be realized, Nigeria's economy, which now stands as the 4th largest in Africa behind South Africa, Egypt and Algeria, must grow at an average annual rate of 15%, which is far above the current real growth rate of 3.13% recorded in the first quarter of 2025.
Inside the Niger Delta.
2 additional flyover bridges, road networks, and flood control projects are underway in the Big Heart state of Delta. This is as the Governor, Sheriff Oborevwori-led Executive Council approved a total of 230 billion naira for new infrastructure projects across the 3 senatorial zones of the oil-rich state. The Commissioner for Works, Rural Roads and Public Information, Mr. Charles Anyagu, disclosed this while briefing journalists after the State Executive Council meeting last week.
The overall transformation and renewal of Delta State by the infrastructure-focused governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, is taking a more massive turn as the administration just roll out another set of projects to begin in the coming days, even as several others are already at different stages.
There's another mind-blowing decision to the extent that about 230 billion commitments were approved at today's ESCO, ranging from infrastructure to other aspects that have to do with the social safety nets. We approved the design and construction of flyover at Uromi Junction in Abo. That flyover is going to cost us 59 billion naira. It's quite huge. Then there's also going to be another flyover. When you are traveling from here, we say Asaba Ugeli Express. Where it ends is called Otowodo. That particular area, we're also going to have another flyover that will cost us 39.3 billion naira.
This is coming as 3 other flyover bridges currently under construction at Enoren Junction, PTI Junction and DSE Roundabout in the Warri axis of the state by Julius Berger Nigerian PLC are nearing completion. Several other projects including the dual carriageway Sapele Road in Efrun and the completion of Ituru Road in Elume in Sapele local government area were approved by the Executive Council. The EXCO also terminated and re-awarded some projects that it said were not being satisfactorily executed. noting that the decision is to ensure that communities get value for every money spent on public projects.
The ESCO has approved, the state executive policy, giving birth, authorization for the establishment of those agencies that will help drive the process. So it is something I'm sure will excite both the business and the manufacturing community.
ESCO graciously approved the procurement of 3 magnetic resonant imaging scan machines. One to Asaba Specialist Hospital that covers Delta North Senatorial District. One to Delsut Ugara, Delta State University Teaching Hospital Ugara, that covers Delta Central. Then the last one to Central Hospital Warri.
As all of this take off in the coming weeks, the Oborowori-led government says all it's in fulfillment of its social contract with the people of Delta as encapsulated in the MORE agenda, which stands for meaningful development, opportunities for all, realistic reforms and enhanced peace and security in Delta State.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doye Dirias charged police officers and other security personnel to uphold the values of integrity, discipline, and professionalism in the discharge of their duties both in the state and across the country. Governor Diri gave the charge during last week's State Executive Council meeting, where he commended Bayelsa-born police officer Obi Sentome for rejecting a $17,000 bribe. The governor rewarded Officer Sentome with a brand new house and a car in recognition of his rare integrity.
You are hereby rewarded with a 3-bedroom flat to be built by the Bayelsa State government for you, and also with a car that will befit your purpose.
The police officer turned down the bribe offer last year in December when his team apprehended some fraudsters who attempted to pay their way out of police custody. This earned Sentome the Inspector General's Police Officer of the Year award. The police officer, who was overwhelmed with emotions, fought hard to hold back his tears.
Here is a young Bayelsan in his place of duty, proving his character. And let Sentome Obi be one of those that Bayelsa youths will emulate. In whichever office you find yourself, first of all is that you must discharge your duties to the best of your ability and your knowledge, and indeed be incorruptible.
Bayelsa State Commissioner of Police Francis Ido, who thanked the governor for the recognition of Sentome, said it would indeed encourage others to toil the same path of ethical service. From there, the state governor received the Bayelsa contingents, who made the state proud at the recently concluded 22nd National Sports Festival, also known as the Gateway Games in Ogun State.
This is not just progress, it's a dramatic narrowing of the gap from 174 goals in Asaba to just 29, separating us from the champions in Ogun. So with surgical planning and scouting and intense preparations, Your Excellency, Bayelsa can do a lot better.
Governor Diri commended the team while also charging them to keep their eyes on the top in future outings.
This government is your government. This government is laying the foundation for youth development, for youth entrepreneurship, and for everything that the Bayelsa youth stands for.
The governor also announced several cash prizes to both athletes, coaches and support staff, with gold medalists going home with ₦1 million each and silver medalists with 500,000 naira. The governor also noted that plans are in top gear for the Glory of All Land State to host the national sporting event in 2028.
Inside the Niger Delta. Azikio Group, oil and gas, dredging, power,
and air transportation. Ezekiel Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability, and infrastructure development.
Some relief has come the way of individuals living with disabilities in Bayelsa State, courtesy of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. The commission recently distributed mobility aids, including wheelchairs, crutches, walking frames, and devices for the visually and hearing impaired at a sensitization ceremony held at its Bayelsa State office in Yanagua. According to the NDDC, the initiative is aimed at supporting the well-being of people living with disabilities while encouraging them to stay resilient amid the rising economic hardship.
The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, last week extended its intervention to those living with disability in Bayelsa State with the distribution of several mobility aids, including wheelchairs, crutches, walking frames, hearing and visual aids devices. The director of the Bayelsa State Office, Engineer Godknows Alamesia, who represented the managing director, Dr. Samuel Ogboko, said the commission recognizes the challenges of the people living with disabilities and would continue to intervene to assuage their sufferings.
We just want to appreciate you people. You people are dear to us. You are not forgotten. Whatever thing you people need, please follow the right channel. Come to us. Lay your complaint. Any way we can help you people because you are part of us. So we will always assist you people. The office is always open to hear your complaint and we will take it to the appropriate court.
270 persons in total benefited from the NDDC's initiative. The distribution ceremony also featured a discussion segment where resource persons and government officials harped on managing issues that bother people with disabilities, such as mental health issues, amongst others.
You must be able to take away these negative thoughts, all right, negative thinkings, and think positively.
Let us also look at recruiting from the NDDC end. People living with disability.
The beneficiaries were indeed full of gratitude to the NDDC for what they say was a timely intervention.
I was invited here for this program, and I'm very happy for what I saw today. They give me guide cane and a bag, and this t-shirt I'm wearing and the cap. I think I really want to commend NDDC for what they did for us.
We look forward to continue collaborating and partnership with NDDC. Thank you for your kindness, support and investment in the lives of PWD.
However, they used the opportunity to outline many other challenges that continue to make life difficult for them. Responding to the concerns of the group, the NDDC assured that its doors remain open to the people living with disabilities, and it will continue to work together with other development stakeholders and subnational government to proffer lasting solutions to the plight and troubles of people living with disabilities across the length and breadth of the Niger Delta region as part of its ongoing effort to ensure shared prosperity of its peoples.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's the size of our package on the program for today. Please kindly note that you can now also watch our program live on our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria on Mondays at 9 p.m., Tuesdays at 9:20 p.m., and Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria for live updates and many more stories. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, we'll be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles showing right now on your screens. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for staying with us. Bye for now.